Yeah, mind you, it was a close game by all accounts from what I could hear, not see. And maybe, were Palace unlucky not to get a draw? I've only read a couple of papers today, so I think the Everton keeper, not Pickford, had a decent game, saved a couple of point blankers.
Yeah, but I think the big talking point from this game, Al, is
substitutions.
Same again for Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? Al, listen to this for a stat for you. In the last 5 years, Crystal Palace haven't finished lower than 14th, and they haven't finished higher than 11th. That's where they're going to finish.
I think they're knocked out at this stage regular as well.
They're 14th now in the league. That's about where Crystal Palace will probably finish every season, between 11th and 14th. That's what it's been for the last 5 seasons. So you have to concentrate on the domestic cups. These fans of Crystal Palace, every season, out the cup, finish 14th. Out the cup, finish 13th. It must be so boring being a Crystal Palace fan. These fans want to go in the cup run. You know what it's like, Al. When imagine Ipswich go in the cup run, you're going to be like, wow, every fan's going to be excited. The season's over more or less for Crystal Palace.
Roy was getting a bit stick, wasn't he? Roy Hodgson, about some of the substitutions.
Yeah, because how can you take off Eze on the 64th minute, your best player, when you're 1-0 down? Forget about Arsenal on the weekend. Forget about Arsenal. That's going to be a tough game either way. What if you go to Arsenal and still lose 2-3-0? So for me, you concentrate on this game. Eze is your best player. These fans have travelled, Al, on a Wednesday afternoon from London to Everton in this weather, freezing cold.
If Roy suddenly pulls it off and wins in extra time, let's hear what Roy had to say about it, because he's not daft. He heard the boos.
This is Wednesday night. We play at 12:30 on Saturday morning. And we need people like Eze, who's our best, he's one of our very best players and was playing well. And the two fullbacks, Tyreek Mitchell and Nathaniel Klein. I would have loved them all to have played the 95, 96 minutes. But unfortunately, we decided that in order to protect as many players as we possibly can, we would replace them with players who also deserve a chance to play. So it was a double whammy in that respect, because we protected players and we also got a chance to see people like Ozo, Wiedewald, Ahamada, Matthias Franke. I mean, these are the players that we need to see a little bit as well. Now, unfortunately, they don't get much chance when the league matches are being played, because we have a fairly settled team and it's hard for them to break in. This was their chance tonight. But of course, I understand the fans. If I'd have been a fan, I wouldn't have been happy to see Eze go off either. But we have to make decisions, and we have to make decisions not purely on the basis of one particular game.
Well, Roy, very experienced manager. There you go. What do you make of that, Palace fans? You've heard Roy's explanation now. Is that good enough for you, especially if you made that trip up and back? I'm not taking sides here. I understand. I understand the fans' point of view. I'd want to win that game personally, but
look at Fulham fans.
But I hear more and more managers now, Gab, saying we're playing too many games. It's too much.
I totally get that, but look at Fulham fans in 2 competitions. Still got a chance to get into the final of the Carabao Cup against Liverpool. Only 1 goal behind in that game. Fulham fans are loving it. Cup run. You speak to Fulham fans. Yes, that nugget, Harry Durham. You know what I mean? He's a Fulham fan. He's excited with, you know what? We won't go down this season. We're going to be around 12th, 13th. They're 13th at the moment. Cup run. That's what fans want. Cup run. When Villa have been on them before, you're excited as a fan. Now Crystal Palace fans are like, okay, so we're going to finish mid-table this season out of all the cups. Okay, great.
I get your point. 03717 223344. Give us a call. The Chunk and Jason were back in the sports bar last night reacting to all the FA Cup action, and Cundy thinks it's gone a little bit stale at Crystal Palace under Hodgson.
The decision to keep Roy for this season, I felt on the back of last season when he had Elise, Eze and Zaha. Those front 3 were doing all sorts of damage at the back end last season, playing really well. And it looked like that Roy had changed the style of play. And I felt at that time to give Roy the job was the right thing to do. Yeah. Right? I felt at that particular moment. But Roy does feel a little bit like Roy. He's a pragmatic manager, has kind of reverted back to type a little bit. Where should Crystal Palace be? Well, as far as I can remember, since they've been in the Premier League, that's who they are, isn't it? Rarely gets dragged right into it.
They're in it, I think, this season.
Well, they might be, but right now, they are somewhere between 10th and 15th. That's where they kind of live. Can Palace do better? I think the answer to that question is yes.
The chunk thinks Palace are banging it, or they're involved in the relegation. Let's hear. As I say, I understand. Listen, Palace at home, no one likes going there with the atmosphere and the punters. They're in your face, aren't they? They've got young, outstanding young players coming through. But if you went the journey all the way up there, let's hear from you this morning. Are they boring? Well, let's take a call. Palace fan. By the way, I'd like to just say as well done Everton for all the rubbish you're going through at the moment. All the nonsense you're going through, Evertonians. Well done, Sean Dyche again. He seems to be the only spokesperson for the club now, isn't he, Sean? He's always in front of a mic talking about points deduction, what it means to the squad, the players, how does he keep them going, how does he keep their minds off that. Then there could be more to come. So well done, Sean. One day, well done, Everton.
Against Villa.
So Palace fan Dave gave the boys a call in the sports bar last night, and he wasn't best pleased with his manager.
I actually thought the performance was okay, and especially up until the 64th minute when he made 3 substitutions. And I heard the interview with Roy. I mean, I've never heard so much old nonsense in all my life. He took arguably our 3 best players off. You could just see all the interest in our team, and it gave Everton a lift, and we never really looked like getting into it after that. I really do not understand his selection. His in-game substitutions are awful when he makes them. I just think tonight was an opportunity to get some confidence, get a result, get through. We've got Luton at home. Well, we would have had Luton at home in the next round. Just a real wasted opportunity. And Hodgson comes, he comes on, he gets interviewed, he's laughing about it. I'm fed up with it, to be honest.
There you go, 03717 223344. Palace had a few chances late on, according to the commentary. Give us a call.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.